This subject is actually pretty funny because you see, I come from an Eastern European country, meaning that until like the 1990s, no one probably spoke English over here, and that can be pretty much applied even until today. But I was a rare exception. Ever since I was a little kid, I was just naturally curious and I wanted to explore, YouTube, all the different kinds of videos that it had to offer, all the kinds of different people that I could explore and, you know, look at their thoughts and look at the videos that they were pumping out. And of course, since YouTube is mainly a Western European platform, so like, it's like 90% English pretty much. So I just naturally learned English over time. I didn't care how long it took me. And here's where it gets really funny. When everyone would used to ask me, what exact steps did you take when you were learning English? I just never could give them like a clear answer. All I did was just say to them, oh, I just like, watched a bunch of YouTube videos over the years and that's it. And this is why you need to detach and everything will get attached to you. You see, you need to find it as normal as breathing. That's right. The thing is, you hold everything to such a high degree, you personalize it so much that you overthink everything. You put it on such a high pedestal where in, in, in reality, life is actually so easy. We just intend on making it harder. Whenever I gave them the answer, it's like they didn't even they couldn't even believe me that it was actually that easy that I just like watched like English YouTube videos over the years, and I still do to this day. And my mom especially, she was asking me questions like, "Oh, and did you later use like Google Translate to translate those words, or what were you actually doing?" And of course, I still gave her an answer like, "Oh yeah, that also, but like, I mean, most of the time I was just watching those like kid gaming YouTube channels like Plants vs Zombies videos, and whenever he would talk, the YouTuber would put like an image of what he was talking about on the screen, so I would just memorize it. And yeah, I gave her those clear steps. But here's the thing, you're personalizing it so much, so it is running away from you. And here's the thing, it doesn't even have to be like this. It doesn't. Most of the time, it's actually society that gets you to pedestalize the things that you want to obtain. And since you're an aspect of the infinite, your mind comes from a higher source, something that is outside our third dimensional realm. That means, since you share an aspect of the Creator within yourself, which is infinite, then that means that you deserve infinite abundance. Everything is already yours. You can already tap into all the different kinds of realities that this universe has to offer. You can emit any kind of frequencies that you wish, even right now. All you need to do is just adopt the emotionally charged beliefs, thoughts, identities, moods, attention, emotions that that version of yourself would have in that desired reality, and then just follow your inner intuition. It's literally that simple. And I managed to subconsciously pull this off with the English language. And now, wherever we go with my family, I always have to be the one translating everything. Yeah, that's pretty much the hyper hyperinflation of everything. Everyone just makes it seem so hard, and I understand why. Not everyone is initiated like you. There are people out there who will genuinely remain stuck in the education system for the rest of their lives, and they won't even hear about the better money making methods that are available right now. And they don't even want to, and they don't even need to, because they're in the frequency of being a slave to the system, which of course, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if someone is actually genuinely happy in their life, then of course, they won. But I mean, like, not everyone can see through the script. So, of course, since an aspect of the creator, like I already said, is that he is infinite. That means that the universe that we live in is infinite also, meaning that there are infinite amounts of frequencies. They are not just the frequencies of enlightenment, of peace, of joy, of love. There are also frequencies of chaos, of hate, of envy, of apathy, you know. And so we meet these kinds of frequencies through people, of course, because metaphysically speaking, we're not meeting people, we're meeting their frequencies. Because everything, before it can exist physically, it must first exist mentally. That's the first law, first hermetic law of the universe. So meaning that you're just talking to the material version of their, like I already said, emotionally charged beliefs, thoughts, identities, focus, attention, moods, emotions, identities that they pretty much hold about themselves. It is just a huge collection of them, meaning that it's not that they don't want to believe you, they can't, because their frequency just doesn't allow them to receive it, that life lesson that you gave them, and to let it marinate in there. It's just not going to work. And I know it's bad. I know that you genuinely want to help the people around you with the knowledge that you've been learning, with the stuff that you've been studying, with the stuff that has been helping you for all this time. But it's better if you just detach, because most of the time these kinds of people, they just they just won't get out of the script. I'm sorry. I know that you deeply love and care about them, but for your own better sake, you must do the opposite and you must go against them. And whenever they try to say stuff like, oh, you're being delusional, that's not going to work. Your Uncle Terry tried it and he lost a leg, or, some of this stuff, just smile at them and say to them something like, thank you so much for caring about me. But you need to detach, not just from the people that pedestalized this thing for you, but for the thing that you actually desire. You must view it as completely normal. Think about it. You have the ability to breathe right now, so you have no problem with it at all. You just breathe subconsciously, and there's no problem with it, unless you actually do have breathing problems. And so you need to view it as a normal as that, meaning that you need to view it from a neutral point of view, but slightly to the positive, if you know what I'm saying. So like you're still grateful for it, you're still thankful for it, but you still find it normal. It's not like, you're standing there, being like, oh, I'm so glad that next breath came. Oh, I'm so glad that that next breath came. I'm so glad that that next breath came. You're not there just like that. No, you're taking for granted that you're breathing right now. And that's what you need to do with everything else. You must expect it as if it was already yours. You must view it as if it was already in your possession for pretty much your entire life. And that's how you tap into the frequency of not needing and it becoming needy for you. It will fly into your arms, genuinely at the speed of light, just like English did with me. I wasn't needy for it. All I did was just be curious for it. And I explored it as a thing that I already had access to. Key word, access to. I already had access to it because it was already mine. All I did was just enhance it. I already did have the ability to speak English. If it was just few words, but still. All I did was just empower it even more because I wanted to watch more English YouTube videos, right? And that's just how it goes. So yeah, you need to expect it, adopt the frequency as if it was already here. Then you need to cross what I call, and what other people in the manifestation space call, the bridge of disappointment. I know there have been stuff in your life that you've been expecting for so much, for so long, and they just didn't materialize. I know it can be frustrating, but you need to get over this disappointment because most of the time factors were present that you weren't able to influence back then. But now you're you're an adult, for fuck's sake, so of course you can influence it right now. You don't have the power over your mind and over your circumstances, so yeah, the likelihood of it materializing is way more likely right now. After you cross the bridge of disappointment, just to relax. No, seriously, relax and do nothing and go on with the rest of your day. Because if it is something so natural to you, then you don't try to pursue it, right? This table over here, do I every single day meditate for 30 minutes trying to attract it into my life? No, I don't. Does a poor person try to be poor? And does a successful person try to be successful? Is the same thing. They just live their lives with their frequencies and they don't stress about it. They just relax and let life go by. That's literally it. The only difference is the rate of vibration. The other one has a frequency of lack, of scarcity, of, I don't know, of not having, and the other one has a frequency of abundance, of security, of all of these things. And he's just living his life as if it was completely normal, as if he was just breathing naturally. And that's exactly what you must do. You must normalize it as if it is something that you have right now, like the ability to breathe. You take it for granted that you're subconsciously breathing right now, and then you must expect it each and every single day with the frequency of already having it, so normalizing it. You must cross the bridge of disappointment, which I know. Some days it won't materialize correctly, or however you want it. Like, for example, money. It won't come in every single day, 100%. Of course, there will be days where you'll make slightly less, and days where you will make slightly more. And there's nothing wrong with that. Then, you just need to let go your creator, the infinite that governs this world. Let take care of it, the universal flow that governs everything, and just relax and go on with the rest of your day and just let it play there in the back of your subconscious mind. That's literally it. You just find it normal and you don't stress about it. You don't do, visualization techniques for it every single day, although that is nice, but you don't also do affirmations for it every single day. You just let it be there, as if it was already something normal, as if it was something that you've been mastering for all this time. So I'll let you go with this final question. What do you find normal in this reality? What do you expect from the universe to give you every single day? If you woke up tomorrow and it still gave you what you find normal, would you be surprised? Of course not, because it is something normal to you, something that happens. Even if it's something negative or positive, you take it for granted subconsciously, so it just keeps on coming back. And that's what you need to do. You must change it. If it is something positive, then you don't become needy for it. You view it and create an emotional equivalent as if it was already here and take it for granted, and then let God give it to you without being needy for it. And then if it is something negative, then don't even focus on it at all. In fact, try to be needy for it. But no. So yeah, whatever you find normal will always find you. That's something that you need to remember for the rest of your life. If you want to get access to 24 unbreakable mindsets that if you apply them every single day to your life, that they will improve you in every single areas of a man's life, whether that is discipline, willpower, productivity, manifestation, and all of these things that just make your life way better, then you can check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and you'd be an absolute fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. You can surpass everyone in your competition as a man, but no pressure, of course. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you